Scotswood, Newcastle, upon Tyne, 1968, a tough, working-class neighbourhood grappling with poverty and hardship. This is where Mary Bell, a seemingly ordinary girl, spent her early years. But Mary's childhood was far from ordinary. The dysfunctional environment she was born into would have a profound impact on her life. Mary's mother, Betty, was a young, troubled woman who reportedly engaged in prostitution. Stories circulated that Betty had tried to kill Mary as a toddler, even attempting to give her away. Neglect and abuse were ever present in Mary's young life. Life in Scotswood was harsh. The community struggled with unemployment and crime. Children grew up quickly, exposed to violence and deprivation. This was the backdrop against which Mary Bell's own darkness began to take shape. While Mary's physical needs were barely met, emotional support was non-existent. Love, care, and stability were absent from her world. Instead, she faced constant chaos and uncertainty. It was a breeding ground for instability and rage. May 25th, 1968, a day etched in infamy in the annals of British crime. 4-year-old Martin Brown was found dead in a derelict house. His death, initially deemed an accident, sent shockwaves through the community. Little did anyone suspect that an even darker truth lay hidden. Mary Bell, just 11 years old, had strangled the young boy. Her motive, it remains chillingly unclear even to this day. Weeks later, on July 31st, tragedy struck again. 3-year-old Brian Howe was found dead on waste ground. His body bore marks of strangulation and mutilation. The community was gripped by terror. The police investigation soon led them to Mary Bell and her friend Norma Bell, no relation. The girls, both troubled and prone to fantastical stories, became the focus of intense scrutiny. The truth, when it emerged, was beyond comprehension. The news that an 11-year-old girl was responsible for the murders sent shockwaves through Scotswood and beyond. Fear and disbelief gripped the community. How could a child be capable of such horrific acts? The media descended upon Scotswood, portraying Mary as a bad seed and a devil child. The public grappled with the horrifying nature of the crimes and the tender age of the perpetrator. The case ignited a fierce debate about the nature of evil. During the trial, Mary's disturbing behavior and lack of remorse further fueled the public's fear and outrage. She seemed detached, even amused at times, as the gruesome details of her crimes were revealed. The trial exposed the failings of a system that had let Mary down. Her troubled home life, lack of education, and exposure to violence became tragically clear. The case became a stark reminder of the devastating impact of poverty and neglect. Gap 3S. Following her arrest, Mary Bell underwent extensive psychological evaluation. Experts were baffled by her lack of empathy and her chilling detachment. The evaluations revealed a deeply troubled child scarred by years of abuse and neglect. Mary exhibited traits of psychopathy, a condition that left many questioning if she could ever be rehabilitated. The findings painted a grim picture of a young girl lost to her own darkness. The community's fear and anger only grew as more details emerged. Could Mary Bell ever be cured, or was she destined to remain a danger to society? Gap 3S. The trial of Mary Bell was a media sensation. The courtroom was packed with journalists and onlookers, all eager to witness the proceedings. Mary was found guilty of manslaughter on the grounds of diminished responsibility. She was sentenced to be detained at Her Majesty's pleasure, a sentence without a fixed end date. The verdict brought some relief to the community, but many questions remained. How had a child become a killer? And what would become of Mary Bell? The legal proceedings highlighted the complexities of dealing with juvenile offenders. The case would go on to influence future legal reforms and debates about the treatment of young criminals. Gap 3S. Mary Bell was released from prison in 1980. She was granted anonymity and given a new identity to protect her from public scrutiny. Mary attempted to rebuild her life, but the shadow of her past loomed large. She faced numerous challenges, including media intrusion and public hostility. Despite these obstacles, Mary managed to stay out of trouble. and live a relatively quiet life. Her story remains a topic of fascination and debate. Can someone who committed such heinous acts as a child ever truly be rehabilitated? Mary's case continues to raise important questions about justice, redemption, and the human capacity for change. Gap 3S. The legacy of Mary Bell is a complex tapestry woven with threads of tragedy, crime, and a quest for redemption. Her case has left an indelible mark on the public consciousness, prompting discussions that transcend the boundaries of time and geography. Mary Bell's story has inspired numerous books, documentaries, and even psychological studies. It serves as a grim reminder of the potential for darkness that can reside within a child's mind, but also as a testament to the possibility of change and rehabilitation. In the years following her release, Mary has lived under various pseudonyms, attempting to escape her notorious past. Her anonymity has been both a shield and a prison, allowing her to live without constant fear of retribution, but also isolating her from forming meaningful connections. The ethical questions surrounding her case remain unresolved. Should a person forever be defined by their worst actions, especially if those actions were committed as a child? Mary's life serves as a poignant case study for criminologists, psychologists, and ethicists alike. As society continues to grapple with these questions, Mary Bell's story remains a haunting example of the complexities of human nature and the justice system. It challenges us to reconsider our perceptions of guilt, punishment, and the possibility of redemption. Mary Bell may have disappeared from the public eye, but her story continues to echo, reminding us of the thin line between innocence and malevolence and the enduring hope for transformation. As the years have passed, the story of Mary Bell has prompted society to reflect deeply on the nature of crime, punishment, and rehabilitation. Her case has forced us to confront uncomfortable truths about the capacity for violence in children, the failures of social systems, and the potential for change within the human soul. Experts from various fields have weighed in, offering insights that continue to shape our understanding of juvenile delinquency. Criminologists have explored the social and environmental factors that may have contributed to Mary's actions, emphasizing the importance of early intervention and support for at-risk youth. Psychologists have delved into the complexities of her mental state, shedding light on the profound impact of trauma and neglect. But beyond the academic and professional discourse, Mary Bell's story has touched the hearts of many. It serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of innocence and the resilience of the human spirit. Her journey from a troubled child to an adult seeking redemption underscores the importance of compassion, empathy, and the belief in second chances. For the public, the legacy of Mary Bell is a call to action. It urges us to advocate for better mental health resources, to support vulnerable children, and to strive for a justice system that balances accountability with the possibility of rehabilitation. It is a challenge to look beyond the headlines and see the human being behind the crime. As we close this chapter, we are left with a profound sense of introspection. Mary's story is not just a tale of horror and redemption. It is a mirror reflecting our own values, fears, and hopes. It calls us to question, to learn, and ultimately to grow as a society. In the end, the story of Mary Bell is a testament to the enduring complexity of the human condition and the relentless pursuit of understanding and compassion. It is a story that will continue to resonate, reminding us of the power of change and the unyielding hope for a better future. The story of Mary Bell has not only left an indelible mark on those directly involved, but has also rippled outwards, influencing society in profound ways. Her case has become a pivotal reference point in discussions about juvenile justice, mental health, and the social responsibilities we bear towards our children. Numerous reforms have been sparked by the haunting memories of her actions. Juvenile justice systems around the world have been scrutinized, and in many instances reformed to better address the unique needs and circumstances of young offenders. The aim is to balance the scales of justice with a deeper understanding of psychological and social factors. Educational institutions have also felt the tremors. Schools and community programs have become more vigilant, implementing early intervention strategies to identify and support at-risk youth. Teachers, counselors, and social workers are now better equipped with the tools needed to spot warning signs and provide the necessary help before it's too late. Maribel's story has also permeated popular culture, inspiring books, films, and documentaries that explore the darker recesses of the human psyche. These works serve as powerful reminders of the consequences of neglect and the urgent need for societal change. Moreover, her case has paved the way for more open conversations about mental health. The stigma that once surrounded psychological issues, especially in children, is gradually being dismantled. Advocacy groups have emerged, pushing for better mental health resources and more compassionate approaches to those struggling with inner demons. For the families of victims and the broader community, the story of Maribel remains a cautionary tale. It is a reminder of the potential for darkness within us all, but also of the possibility for redemption and change. It underscores the importance of vigilance, empathy, and the collective effort needed to create a safer, more understanding world. As we reflect on the broader impact of Maribel's story, we are reminded that change is possible, but it requires the concerted effort of individuals and institutions alike. It is a call to action, a plea for a society that prioritizes the well-being of its children and seeks to heal rather than merely punish. In the end, the legacy of Maribel is not just a story of crime and consequence, it is a powerful catalyst for societal introspection and transformation. It challenges us to do better, to be better, and to never forget the lessons learned from the past. As we look to the future, the story of Maribel serves not only as a grim reminder of the past, but as a beacon guiding us towards a better tomorrow. The lessons learned from her case compel us to take proactive steps in preventing such tragedies from ever occurring again. Communities around the world have begun to adopt a more holistic approach to child welfare. This includes comprehensive support systems that involve parents, educators, mental health professionals, and community leaders working in unison. The aim is to identify and address potential issues before they escalate, ensuring that no child slips through the cracks. Innovative programs have been developed to foster emotional resilience and social skills in children from a young age. These initiatives teach empathy, conflict resolution, and coping mechanisms, providing a solid foundation for mental well-being. By equipping children with these essential tools, we can help them navigate the complexities of life more effectively. Moreover, advancements in technology are being harnessed to better monitor and support at-risk youth. Predictive analytics and data-driven approaches allow for early identification of behavioral patterns that may indicate a need for intervention. This proactive stance enables timely support and resources to be directed where they are most needed. Legislation is also evolving to reflect a more compassionate and rehabilitative approach to juvenile justice. Policies are being reformed to prioritize rehabilitation over punishment, focusing on the underlying causes of delinquent behavior rather than just the symptoms. This shift aims to provide young offenders with the opportunity to reform and reintegrate into society as productive individuals. Public awareness campaigns continue to play a crucial role in destigmatizing mental health issues. By fostering open and honest conversations, we can create a more supportive environment where individuals feel safe seeking help. Advocacy efforts also push for increased funding and resources for mental health services, ensuring that everyone has access to the care they need. In the end, the path to prevention is paved with collective effort and unwavering commitment. The story of Maribel, while tragic, ignites a sense of urgency and responsibility within us all. It is a call to action, a reminder that we must remain vigilant, compassionate, and proactive in our quest to protect the most vulnerable members of our society. As we move forward, Let us carry the lessons of the past with us, using them to build a future where every child is given the chance to thrive. Together, we can create a world that is not only safer, but more understanding and nurturing for generations to come. As we continue to examine the multifaceted impact of Mary Bell's case, it is crucial to consider the role of media in shaping public perception. From the initial headlines that sensationalized her crimes to the in-depth documentaries and articles that followed, media coverage has played a significant role in influencing how society views juvenile delinquency and mental health. In the immediate aftermath of her arrest, newspapers and television broadcasts were rife with shocking details and sensationalized narratives. This type of coverage often prioritizes shock value over nuanced understanding, potentially skewing public perception and fostering a climate of fear and misunderstanding. The media's portrayal of Mary Bell as a monstrous figure overshadowed the complex socioeconomic and psychological factors that contributed to her actions. However, as time passed, more balanced and investigative forms of journalism began to emerge. Documentaries, books, and academic articles started to delve deeper into the underlying issues, offering a more comprehensive view of Mary Bell's life and the systemic failures that contributed to her tragic path. These efforts have helped to humanize her story, encouraging a more empathetic and informed public discourse. The evolution of media coverage also highlights the importance of responsible journalism. By prioritizing accuracy, context, and sensitivity, media outlets can contribute to a more informed and compassionate society. This includes avoiding sensationalism, respecting the privacy of those involved, and providing a platform for expert analysis and diverse perspectives. Moreover, media has the power to drive social change. Public awareness campaigns, investigative journalism, and compelling storytelling can all serve to highlight systemic issues and advocate for reform. In the case of Mary Bell, media coverage has been instrumental in bringing attention to the need for better child welfare systems, mental health support, and rehabilitative approaches to juvenile justice. As consumers of media, we also have a role to play. By seeking out reliable sources, questioning sensationalist narratives, and engaging critically with the information we consume, we can contribute to a more balanced and empathetic public discourse. In doing so, we help to ensure that stories like Mary Bell's are not reduced to mere headlines, but are understood in their full complexity and context. In conclusion, the media's role in shaping public perception is both powerful and multifaceted. While it has the potential to misinform and sensationalize, it also holds the power to educate, humanize, and drive positive change. By fostering responsible journalism and critical media consumption, we can work towards a society that is not only better informed, but also more compassionate and just. As we have explored the complex layers of Mary Bell's life and the societal implications of her case, we now turn our attention to the future of juvenile justice. In recent years, there has been a growing recognition of the need for reforms that prioritize rehabilitation over punishment, particularly for young offenders. One of the key areas of focus has been the implementation of trauma-informed care within the juvenile justice system. This approach acknowledges the profound impact that adverse childhood experiences can have on behavior and aims to address the root causes of delinquency. By providing mental health support, educational opportunities, and a stable environment, trauma-informed care seeks to break the cycle of violence and incarceration. Furthermore, restorative justice practices are gaining traction as an alternative to traditional punitive measures. Restorative justice emphasizes accountability, making amends, and healing for both the victim and the offender. It encourages young offenders to understand the impact of their actions and fosters a sense of empathy and responsibility. Programs that incorporate community service, victim-offender mediation, and family involvement have shown promising results in reducing recidivism and promoting positive outcomes. The role of education within the juvenile justice system cannot be overstated. Access to quality education and vocational training equips young offenders with the skills and knowledge they need to build a better future. Educational programs tailored to individual needs and aspirations can inspire hope and open doors to new opportunities, breaking the cycle of poverty and crime. Additionally, there is a growing emphasis on early intervention and prevention. By identifying at-risk youth and providing support before they enter the justice system, we can address issues such as poverty, abuse, and neglect that often contribute to delinquent behavior. Community-based programs that offer mentorship, counseling, and recreational activities can create a positive and supportive environment for young people, steering them away from a path of crime. The future of juvenile justice also involves rethinking sentencing practices. Many advocates argue for the elimination of life sentences without parole for juvenile offenders, recognizing that young people have a unique capacity for growth and change. The Supreme Court's rulings on juvenile sentencing reflect this evolving understanding, emphasizing the need for individualized assessments and the potential for rehabilitation. In conclusion, the future of juvenile justice lies in a holistic and compassionate approach that prioritizes rehabilitation, education, and support. By addressing the underlying factors that contribute to delinquent behavior and providing young offenders with the tools they need to succeed, we can create a more just and equitable society. The story of Mary Bell serves as a stark reminder of the importance of these reforms and the potential for positive change when we invest in the well-being of our youth. As we move forward, let us continue to advocate for a juvenile justice system that embodies the principles of empathy, fairness, and hope. Together, we can build a brighter future for all young people, ensuring that their potential is not defined by their past mistakes, but by their capacity for growth and transformation. As we conclude our deep dive into the life and legacy of Mary Bell, it is crucial to recognize that the journey towards a fair and just juvenile justice system is far from over. Despite the strides made in recognizing the importance of rehabilitation and trauma-informed care, continued advocacy and reform are essential to ensure lasting change. Advocates and reformers play a pivotal role in driving this change, tirelessly working to influence policy, raise awareness, and provide support to young offenders. Grassroots organizations, legal advocates, and community leaders are at the forefront of this movement, pushing for policies that prioritize the well-being and rehabilitation of youth over punitive measures. One key area of focus is the need for consistent and comprehensive mental health services within the juvenile justice system. Access to mental health care is often limited, and many young offenders do not receive the support they need to address underlying issues such as trauma, depression, and anxiety. By advocating for better funding and resources for mental health programs, we can ensure that every young person has the opportunity to heal and thrive. Education remains a cornerstone of reform efforts, ensuring that all young offenders have access to quality education and vocational training is essential for their future success. By supporting initiatives that provide individualized educational plans and opportunities for skill development, we can help break the cycle of recidivism and empower young people to build better lives. Community involvement is another critical component of effective reform. Programs that engage families, mentors, and community members in the rehabilitation process have shown significant success in reducing recidivism and promoting positive outcomes. By fostering a supportive and inclusive environment, we can create a network of care that extends beyond the walls of the juvenile justice system. Furthermore, continued advocacy is needed to address systemic issues such as racial disparities and socioeconomic inequalities that disproportionately affect young offenders. By challenging discriminatory practices and promoting policies that ensure equal treatment for all, we can work towards a more just and equitable system. The story of Mary Bell is a powerful reminder of the importance of these efforts. Her life and the societal response to her actions highlight the need for a compassionate and holistic approach to juvenile justice. As we move forward, let us honor her legacy by continuing to advocate for reforms that prioritize the well-being, growth, and potential of all young people. In conclusion, the call for continued advocacy and reform is a call to action for all of us. By supporting policies that promote rehabilitation, education, and mental health care, and by challenging systemic inequalities, we can create a juvenile justice system that truly serves the best interests of our youth. Together we can build a future where every young person has the opportunity to overcome their past and achieve their full potential. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Let us continue to work together towards a brighter, more just future for all. As we close this chapter, it's essential to reflect on the power of redemption stories. The tale of Mary Bell, though filled with tragedy and controversy, also carries a message of hope and transformation. Her journey from a troubled child to a rehabilitated adult underscores the potential for change that lies within every individual. Redemption stories remind us that no one is beyond saving. They highlight the resilience of the human spirit and the capacity for growth and healing, even in the face of the darkest circumstances. These narratives can inspire others to seek help, to believe in second chances, and to understand that one's past does not have to define their future. Mary Bell's life, while a cautionary tale, also serves as a testament to the impact of compassionate intervention and support. Her eventual reintegration into society, though fraught with challenges, demonstrates the importance of ongoing care and the belief in a person's ability to change. It's crucial to amplify these stories, not just for their inspirational value, but to advocate for a justice system that prioritizes rehabilitation over retribution. By sharing tales of redemption, we can challenge stigmas, promote empathy, and encourage policies that support the reintegration of former offenders into society. In a world where punitive measures often overshadow the potential for reform, redemption stories are a beacon of hope. They remind us that with the right support, guidance, and opportunities, individuals can overcome their past and contribute positively to society. As we move forward, let us carry the lessons from Mary Bell's story and countless others like hers. Let us champion the cause of redemption, advocate for a more compassionate justice system, and believe in the transformative power of second chances. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Together we can build a future where every individual has the opportunity to write their own redemption story and achieve their full potential. As we conclude this exploration into the life and legacy of Mary Bell, it is time to turn our reflections into actions. The lessons learned from her story are not just historical footnotes, but a clarion call to address the systemic issues that continue to affect vulnerable children today. We must advocate for better mental health resources, particularly for at-risk youth who may be facing similar challenges to those Mary encountered. Early intervention can be the key to preventing future tragedies, and it starts with recognizing the signs and providing the necessary support. Educators, parents, and community leaders all have a role to play in nurturing the emotional and psychological well-being of children. Creating safe environments where young people feel heard, valued, and understood can make a world of difference. Moreover, our justice system must evolve to reflect a more compassionate approach. This means prioritizing rehabilitation over punishment, especially for juvenile offenders. We must push for policies that offer second chances and support reintegration into society rather than condemning young lives to a cycle of incarceration and hopelessness. Media, too, has a responsibility. The portrayal of individuals like Mary Bell should be balanced, providing context and understanding rather than sensationalism. By humanizing these stories, we can foster empathy and drive meaningful conversations around prevention and reform. In the spirit of advocacy and reform, we invite you to join us in making a difference. Support organizations that work with at-risk youth, volunteer your time, or simply educate yourself and others about the complexities of juvenile justice. Together, we can build a society that recognizes the potential for redemption in every individual. We can transform our collective approach to justice and mental health, ensuring that no child is left behind or forgotten. Thank you for being part of this journey. Let us take these lessons to heart and work towards a future where every child has the opportunity to thrive, free from the shadows of their past. As we close this chapter and look forward to the future, we must envision a world where stories like Mary Bell's are no longer a reality. This vision begins with a commitment to systemic change and a collective effort to support vulnerable children at every stage of their lives. Imagine a world where every child has access to comprehensive mental health care, where early signs of distress are met with compassion and support rather than punishment. Schools would have dedicated mental health professionals, and communities would have robust support systems to ensure no child slips through the cracks. In this future, our justice system would be transformed to emphasize rehabilitation and restoration over retribution. Juvenile offenders would be given the tools and opportunities to rebuild their lives, with a focus on education, therapy, and community integration. The cycle of incarceration would be broken, replaced by pathways to hope and healing. Media would play a pivotal role in this transformation, using its powerful platform to educate and inform rather than sensationalize. Stories would be told with empathy and depth, fostering a greater understanding of the complex factors that contribute to juvenile delinquency. This shift in narrative would inspire a more compassionate and proactive approach to addressing these issues. Our vision for the future also includes a society that values and invests in its children, recognizing that their well-being is fundamental to our collective prosperity. Policies would prioritize child welfare with increased funding for social services, education, and community programs. Every child would have the opportunity to grow up in a safe, nurturing environment, free from the traumas that can lead to future harm. We invite you to be part of this vision, whether through advocacy, volunteering, or simply spreading awareness. Every action counts. Together, we can create a world where every child has the chance to thrive, where redemption is always possible, and where the lessons of the past guide us towards a brighter, more just future. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Let us carry forward the spirit of change and work towards a future where every child's potential is realized, and their stories are ones of hope and resilience. As we reflect on the vision for the future, it becomes clear that achieving such a world is not the responsibility of a single entity, but a collective effort that involves us all. The path to a more just and compassionate society requires the active participation of individuals, communities, organizations, and governments working in harmony. Imagine a world where every person recognizes their role in supporting vulnerable children and preventing juvenile delinquency. In this world, communities are not just places where people live, but networks of support and care. Neighbors look out for one another, and local organizations provide essential resources and services to families in need. Educational institutions play a critical role in this collective responsibility. Schools are not only centers of learning, but also safe havens where children can find guidance, support, and understanding. Teachers and staff are trained to identify early signs of distress and are equipped with the tools to address them effectively. Collaboration with mental health professionals ensures that children receive the help they need before problems escalate. Non-profit organizations and advocacy groups amplify the voices of children and families, pushing for policy changes that prioritize child welfare. These groups work tirelessly to ensure that every child has access to the resources they need to thrive, from healthcare and education to safe housing and nutritious food. Governments at all levels must commit to creating and funding programs that support children and families. This involves not only passing laws that protect children's rights, but also allocating the necessary resources to implement and sustain these programs. Policymakers must listen to the needs of their communities and work collaboratively to address systemic issues that contribute to juvenile delinquency. Media continues to play a vital role in shaping public perception and raising awareness. By telling stories with empathy and depth, media outlets can help shift the narrative from one of punishment to one of understanding and support. This change in perspective can inspire public action and drive societal change. Ultimately, the responsibility lies with each of us, whether through volunteering, advocating for policy changes, supporting local organizations, or simply being there for a child in need. Every action makes a difference. Together, we can create a world where every child has the opportunity to thrive, where the mistakes of the past are used as lessons to build a better future. Thank you for being part of this journey. Let us continue to work together, guided by compassion and a shared commitment to the well-being of all children. The future is in our hands, and with collective effort we can make it a brighter one for generations to come. As we envision a brighter tomorrow, it's essential to focus on the tangible steps we can take today. Imagine a society where every child is given the tools to succeed, where early intervention programs are robust, and where community support systems are strong and unwavering. In this future, schools are more than just places of education. They are beacons of hope and safety. Teachers are not just educators, but mentors and protectors, equipped to recognize the signs of distress and intervene with compassion and care. Mental health support is readily available, ensuring that no child falls through the cracks. Communities play a pivotal role in this vision. Imagine neighborhoods where everyone knows each other, where local organizations provide essential services, and where volunteerism is the norm. In this world, every child has access to nutritious food, safe housing, and the medical care they need. Governments at all levels are committed to child welfare, enacting policies that provide comprehensive support to families. Funding is directed toward programs that are proven to work, and policymakers actively engage with communities to understand and address their unique challenges. Media continues to evolve, using its powerful platform to highlight stories of resilience and redemption. By focusing on solutions rather than sensationalism, media outlets can inspire public action and foster a culture of empathy and support. Non-profit organizations and advocacy groups remain steadfast in their mission, pushing for systemic changes that prioritize the well-being of children and families. Their tireless efforts ensure that every child has the opportunity to thrive, regardless of their background or circumstances. Ultimately, the path to a brighter tomorrow is paved by our collective actions. Whether through advocacy, volunteering, or simply being a supportive presence in a child's life, we all have a role to play. Together, we can create a world where every child is given the chance to succeed, where the lessons of the past inform a more compassionate future, and where the well-being of our children is a shared priority. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Let's continue to work together, guided by hope and a shared commitment to the future of our children. The power to create a better tomorrow is in our hands, and with collective effort, we can make it a reality. As we stand on the threshold of new beginnings, we are reminded of the power of transformation and the enduring strength of the human spirit. The stories of those who have faced adversity and emerged stronger serve as a testament to our capacity for change and growth. In this chapter of renewal, we see communities coming together like never before. Grassroots movements are gaining momentum, driven by individuals who are passionate about creating positive change. These local heroes are the lifeblood of our society, working tirelessly to bridge gaps and build a more inclusive and supportive environment for all. Educational institutions are embracing innovative approaches, integrating social-emotional learning into their curricula to nurture well-rounded individuals. Schools are partnering with mental health professionals to provide comprehensive support, ensuring that every student has the resources they need to succeed both academically and personally. Technology is playing a pivotal role in this new era, From telehealth services that make mental health care accessible to all, to online platforms that connect volunteers with those in need, the digital age is breaking down barriers and fostering a sense of global community. Governments are stepping up, recognizing the importance of investing in the future. Policies are being crafted with a focus on long-term impact, addressing the root causes of issues rather than just the symptoms. Collaboration between public and private sectors is yielding innovative solutions that are making a tangible difference in the lives of children and families. Media continues to evolve, championing stories of hope and resilience. Documentaries, articles, and social media campaigns are shedding light on the positive changes happening around us, inspiring others to join the movement and make a difference. Ultimately, the dawn of new beginnings is about more than just the actions we take. It's about the mindset we cultivate. It's about believing in the possibility of a better tomorrow and working together to make it a reality. Each small step we take, each act of kindness, and each effort to understand and support one another brings us closer to a world where every child can thrive. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Let us continue to move forward with hope in our hearts and a commitment to creating a brighter future for all. Together we can turn the page and write a new chapter filled with promise and possibility. As we conclude our journey through the story of Mary Bell, we look ahead with a sense of hope and determination. The promise of a better future is not just a distant dream, but a tangible reality that we can create together in communities around the world. People are coming together to build a brighter tomorrow. Grassroots organizations are leading the charge, addressing social issues with innovative solutions and a deep commitment to change. These local heroes are proving that when we unite, we can overcome even the greatest challenges. Educational systems are evolving, prioritizing the mental and emotional well-being of students alongside academic achievement. By fostering environments where every child feels valued and supported, we are laying the foundation for a future generation that is resilient, compassionate, and empowered. Technological advancements are bridging gaps and connecting us in ways we never thought possible. Telehealth services are making mental health care accessible to everyone, while digital platforms are enabling us to support one another no matter the distance. The power of technology is amplifying our collective efforts, helping us to reach more people and make a greater impact. Governments are recognizing the importance of investing in the future, crafting policies that address the root causes of societal issues. Through collaboration with the private sector and community organizations, they are developing sustainable solutions that benefit all members of society, particularly the most vulnerable. The media is playing a crucial role in this transformation, highlighting stories of resilience and hope. By sharing these narratives, we are inspiring others to join the movement for positive change and demonstrating that a better future is within our reach. Ultimately, the promise of a better future lies in our hands. It's up to each of us to take action, to support one another, and to believe in the possibility of a brighter tomorrow. Every small step we take, every act of kindness, and every effort to understand and uplift each other brings us closer to a world where every child can thrive. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Let us move forward with hope in our hearts and a commitment to creating a better future for all. Together, we can turn the page and write a new chapter filled with promise and possibility.